Hi everyone. So in the previous video you have seen the topic power, right? We discussed about the three equations that we use for finding the power of various electrical appliances. Now let's go through a few numericals on the same topic. So for that let's move to the whiteboard. You can see that already questions are taken. Here comes the first question. Let me just zoom in. Okay. So the question is, an electric bulb draws a current of 0.8 ampere and works on 250 volt on the average 8 hours a day. So let us write the given quantities. So given that current is equal to 0.8 ampere, then supply voltage it is given as 250 volt, and the appliance it's working for 8 hours. So here it comes 8H I can write. Then the first we are asked to find what? Find the power consumed by the bulb. So for finding power here, if you see current is given, voltage is also given. So we can find the power of the appliance using the relation P is equal to VI. So we get V is 250 and I is 0.8. So the answer comes 200 power. So we can write it as watt, or if we convert to kilowatt, you divide it by 1000. Okay, 200 by 1000. So the answer comes 0.2 kilowatt hour. Sorry, not hour. It is okay. By mistake, I told kilowatt hour. It is kilowatt. 0.2 kilowatt. This is the power of this bulb. So what do you mean by saying the power of the bulb is 0.2 kilowatt? That means when you work this bulb. So let me write here. Kilowatt means it is kilojoule per second. When you work this bulb for 1 second, how much energy is consumed by the bulb? It is 0.2 kilojoule. Okay, or 0.2 into 10 raised to 3 joule. That is the meaning of saying power of this bulb is 0.2 kilowatt. Okay, so we have solved the first part of the question. So find the power consumed by the bulb. And the second one is what we are asked to find. B, if the electric distribution company this is charges and not changes, it is charges. If the electric distribution company charges rupees 5 for 6 kilowatt hour. So what is the other unit of kilowatt hour? It is unit. Simply we say unit. So for 6 units of energy, electrical energy, what is the cost of that, what you say, cost that we have to give? Or we can say the company, what bill give us if we are consuming 6 unit of energy? Rupees 5. So here I write 5 rupees for 6 units. So I write for 6 units of energy, I have to pay 5 rupees. Rupees 5. Okay, rupees 5 for 6 unit. Then how much should I pay when I consume 1 unit of energy? Let us apply unitary method. 6 unit, 5 rupees. So 1 unit, 5 by 6 rupees, 5 by 6. So this I am not dividing here. Now what we are asked to find, here we are given that we are burning one bulb, right? We work one bulb for 8 hours per day. And then how much monthly bill we have to pay. Okay, how much is the bill for how many days? 60 days, how much we have to pay, right? What is the bill for 60 days? So sometimes they ask what is the bill for the month of December, yeah, for the month of February, for the month of January. There we should know the number of days in the month. Then we have to multiply with that number of days. But here we are given like a how much we have to pay when we work it for 60 days. So here, first of all, we have to find out how much energy we consume here. When we work this bulb of this power for what time? For 8 hours. For how many days? For 60 days. So first let us find the energy consumed by this bulb. So we know the equation for power. Power is equal to E by T. So from this equation we get E is equal to P into T. So how much is the power of the bulb? That we have already calculated, that is 0.2 kilowatt. And we work this bulb for what time? The bulb works for 8 hours, right? And then like that, how many days we are, burning this bulb before we pay the bill? We burn it for 60 days. Okay, for 60 days. So here it comes energy, let's multiply. It is coming 1.6, 1.6 into 60. What is the answer? 96, right? 96 kilowatt. Look, kilowatt, and here what is the unit? Kilowatt hour. So this is the total energy consumed by us. Then how much is the bill? So the monthly bill. So the electricity bill is total cost, what we have to pay, equal to how much we have to pay if we consume or if we burn 1 unit, that is 5 by 6. So like that 96 units. So how much is coming? So when you cut this, it is coming here 1, then 6 times, right? 16 5s are 80. So the answer comes 80 rupees 80. This is our electricity bill. I hope you understand this question. Okay, this type questions are frequently asked in exams. Okay, now let's move to the second question. Let me just shift this third one little down. Then we will go to the second one. Okay. Yes, now so what is the second question? Three 2 ohm resistors A, B and C are connected as shown in figure. Okay, figure actually I forgot to show. Here the figure was like this. Here comes one 2 ohm resistor and then the other 2 ohm resistors are connected like this. In this way they are connected. So here let us call here this one A. Let me take another color. A, B and C. And what about resistors of all the resistances? Sorry, resistances of all the resistors, it is same 2 ohm each. Now the question is, three resistors are connected as shown like this. Find the maximum current that can flow through each of them if they can withstand a maximum power of 18 watt without melting. That means here what is the maximum power that these bulbs can tolerate? It is 18. They can do only 18 joule work done in 1 second. That means the maximum power that they can tolerate is 18 watt. So if we provide the supply voltage such that the power goes beyond 18 watt, then what happens? The bulb melts and the circuit will not work. So then what is the maximum current that can be drawn so that the appliances are safe? That is the question. So for that, what we do, first of all, we are given the power of maximum power of each bulb. It is 18 watt. How much current can be passed through each so that it is safe? So let us take the help of the equation I squared R for power I squared R. So here resistance of each bulb is given as 2 ohm. So let us focus on bulb A first. And the tolerance, power tolerance, or we can say the maximum power that can be tolerated will be same for all the bulbs because they are identical bulbs. No, the resistors given, identical resistors. Okay. So here I write 18 equal to I squared into resistance of the bulb. It is coming as 2 ohm. So I get I squared is equal to 9. So I is equal to 3 ampere. So what is the meaning? Each resistor can tolerate a maximum of how much current? 3 ampere current can be tolerated by all of them. But here, what happens if 3 amperes, just imagine now this is connected in a circuit, okay? Now this is connected in a circuit or maybe an AC supply or a DC supply. Anyway, we can assume, but there is a source. Now, if 3 ampere, okay, start flowing from this terminal, and comes here, then this resistor is safe because its tolerance is 3 ampere, no issue. But what about the 3 ampere when it comes here? It branches equally, it divides equally. Why? Because both the branches are having the same resistance. I hope you all remember, if the resistances are equal, current is divided equally. So what is the current through each of these resistors B and C? It is 1.5 ampere each, right? Here comes 1.5, here also 1.5. It is safe, no issue. But we know that, okay, here we get a confusion, but we are asked to find the maximum current that can be sent through all the resistors when they are in combination. And we know that all of them can tolerate 3 ampere. So this one can tolerate a maximum of 3 ampere. This also can tolerate a maximum of 3 ampere. So what happens if they both get 3 ampere? If they both get 3 ampere, what is the maximum current drawn from the battery? That is 6 ampere. Because this is 3, this is also 3. But if that 6 ampere, if we want to be drawn from the mains or from the battery, then this A should tolerate this 6 ampere. A cannot tolerate. So what is the safe limit, safe current that can be sent through all the resistors so that the circuit is safe? It is 3 ampere. So you will write. So the current through resistor A, it is 3 ampere. And current through resistor B, it is equal to 1.5 ampere. And current through resistor C, that is also 1.5 ampere. Okay. Okay, I hope you all understand that. Now we are moving to the next question. Okay, we will to enlarge it. Okay, I think you all are able to read the question. A and B are two electric bulbs of ratings. So let me write here. Bulb A and bulb B. They are having the ratings like A with a 60 watt. Somewhat the same type we discussed when we discussed the topic power in the previous video. So I hope it will be easy for you now. 100 watt to 20 volt supply. I mean, this is the rating. Okay, these are the ratings of the bulb. So ratings help us to find the maximum power of that appliance and how much voltage we need to apply so that we get the desired output. And this information help us to find the resistance of the bulb. Okay, do remember these all. Okay, now the question is, these are the two bulbs given to us. How the bulbs are to be connected in series or in parallel so that the low wattage bulb will lit brighter. Which one is having a less power? This one. That means that is called a low wattage bulb. Okay. Low wattage, what represents what? Power. So less power for bulb A, more power for bulb B. So the question demands to connect them in such a way that low wattage should lit brighter. That means more work should be done by this bulb. Then how they are to be connected? And explain that. So we know that they are to be connected in series as we discussed in the previous video, but how to write it? Okay, so we will go to that. So let us write the equation first. P is equal to V square by R. Why we take this equation? Because as I told, we are given the ratings. From the ratings, we can find the resistance of the bulb. It is the resistance which help us to understand the amount of current flowing through the appliances as well as the work done by them. So here, see, V is same for both. So I am writing now P proportional to 1 by R. Now you can say here, okay, you can write a sentence here. This relation shows that P and R are inversely related. Okay, what you should write here? This relation shows power and resistance are inversely related. Now, if you look at this one, okay, this one here, powerless, that means you will write power of A. See, power of A is less than power of B. Therefore, resistance of A, what is the relation between power and resistance? Inverse relation. So you write resistance of A is greater than resistance of B. Now, first of all, let us connect them in series. So here, if you want, you draw this figure. It is good if you draw no figure for the numericals in physics so that you won't make mistakes. This I told many times to my students. Okay, here you can show a supply voltage. Okay, fine. So this is bulb A and this is bulb B. Now they both are in series. So the same current flows through both of them. So you can write IA is equal to IB. Now you will write P is equal to power. Power equation is P is equal to V into I. Then you can write V is equal to, voltage. Voltage across A and B. Their voltages are not equal. Why not equal? Because they are in series. Now you know voltage is directly proportional to resistance. Right? Okay, this one, if you forgot this concept, please watch the previous video. So we can say resistance more for A. That means voltage is more for A. Voltage across A is greater than voltage across B. Now you write this one as equation number, already this is written equation number 1. So let us take this one as equation number 2. And now let us take this one as equation number 3. Now you can write, see, now we understand from here, I same, see, I is same. So you can write this as one more equation. Let us write equation number, so 2 given here, 3 given here. Let us give a name, A, okay, or 4, any name you give. So from A, 2 and 3, what we understand, see, current same for both the bulbs, but voltage more for bulb A. That means power more for bulb A. In which connection? In series connection. What does it mean? In series connection, bulb A lit brighter. See, what about bulb A? Bulb A is a low wattage bulb. So this, what you say, these steps show that when they are connected in series, which is doing more work for us, the bulb A. Now let us see what happens in parallel connection. So for that, again, let me draw the figure. The bulbs are in parallel now. Okay, so here, suppose I current start flowing from here. Then current through, let me call this as A and this as B. Current through this one is IA, this is IB. And voltage same for both the bulbs. So I can write, okay, here you can write then heading, where we started the series connection. Yes, here you write case 1. Case 1, or you can write for series connection. Okay, and then here we are going for the second one, that is parallel connection. So for parallel connection, what happens? So what we understand from here, for parallel connection, voltage across both the bulbs are same, VA equal to VB. Now current not equal, then if not equal, which one is bigger? IA or IB? For that, look here, already we found here resistance. Resistance is more for bulb A. See, this one says resistance more for bulb A. So we can say current less for bulb A. That means IB is greater than IA. Okay, again, we know the equation for power. Power equal to V into I. Now, both the bulbs, both A and B, both of them have a same voltage. So, V is same for both. See, V is same. But current I is more for this bulb. V is same, I more here. That means power more here. So, we write what? PB greater than PA. So PB means which bulb? It is given that the second bulb, high wattage bulb. So which bulb has more power in parallel connection? The high wattage bulb only lighting brighter, or you can say having more power in parallel. But what we got in series connection? In series connection, low wattage bulb, that means the 60 watt bulb is getting a greater power. Okay. So this is how we do the calculation. So here, let me tell you a few mistakes that we make when this type of questions come. See, here you think like this. So we are given the powers of both the bulbs. A is given 60 watt, B also given 60 watt. So direct what you do, here suppose you want to find the, what you say, voltage. Here if you want to find the voltage, direct you take the relation, this one, voltage across this bulb. You are taking the you will take, okay, by mistake we take the power of this bulb A as 60 watt. And then we write P is equal to V into I, power we know, then the voltage, or what you say, suppose we are knowing the current in the circuit. Sometimes, current we calculate, but sometimes it skipped from our memory that current we calculated by taking this as the combination R1 and R2. We added R1, R2, then we applied the formula V is equal to IR and calculated I. Now we want to find the individual voltage across each bulb. So by mistake, what we take on the power of this bulb is 60, and I know the current through the circuit. So I can find the voltage across this bulb. So you write V is equal to P by I, and P you take a 60 watt, and I whatever you are knowing already that you take. It is wrong. Why? Because the question says we will get 60 watt output if you provide 220 volt. And when we connect the bulbs in series to a 220 volt supply, we are not going to get 220 volt across each of these components. It will be less than 220 volt, that is clear. So if the supply voltage is less than 220 volt, then definitely power will be less than 60 watt. Okay, this is what the mistake which we take when they are connected in series or parallel. So we take the way we treat them when they are connected individually. Don't do so. So when the appliances are given with ratings, means with the voltage and power, one thing only we need to remember, the resistance. Resistance remains same for the appliance. I am not talking about total resistance of the circuit. Okay, let me come to the video and then I will wind up the topic. So what we understood from here, when we calculate the power of appliances, or when we calculate the current drawn by the appliances, if we are given the ratings, what we have to remember is when they are connected separately in a what you say source having what you say sufficient supply as per the need of the appliance, then no problem, whatever ratings are given in the appliance, that will give us the power of the appliance. But when we connect them in series, what happens is the current which flows through them may be different from the what you say required current. Or in series connection, if you see what happened, the voltage will not be the required voltage as we discussed just now. So 220 volt supply, if you give bulb A, it gives 60 watt output. So when you after we connect the 60 watt bulb in series with a 100 watt bulb, don't expect the same 60 watt output because we are giving less input. So these are the simple mistakes that we make. So if you remember these things, you will not make any mistake when you solve numericals on power. Okay, there are many more numericals on this topic. Okay, try to solve those questions, and if you are not able to solve, okay, you can clear it. You can ask me in class. Okay, in the next period. That's all for today.